Braden Keever. Get on. Get on here and get on that in YouTubes so I can help you out. I'm waiting. What's up, Mike Wolf? Or no, Mark 4 Wolf. What's going on, Mike? What's going on? I'm waiting for my buddy. There he is, Braden Keever. And I'm here to help you, buddy. I'm going to help you live. I'm going to get you. Don't stress. Chill, chill, chill. All right. You bring your Holy Bible out because this is what you need. Okay. I will provide you with the link to download this in a minute so you get yourself a free copy of the Mark IV Bentley manual. Okay. This is very, very important because you will need this to reference. Okay. Super easy, though, what you want to do. I'm going to get you the diagram. Give me a second here. So, gotta find it. Give me a second here. Yo, yo. Braden, on the head, did you guys time it to the valve cover first? Because that's all I really care for. As long as the valve cover and the cam gear is marked and matching to that. Okay, perfect. Then I'm nowhere near as stressed as I was earlier. You're actually really good. See, the reason why your engine keeps spinning on the bottom is because it's not hitting anything. That's a good thing. So on your head, that crank gear or the cam gear on top with the valve cover is timed. That's perfectly timed. So that means all the valves are sitting up in the head where they're supposed to be, not touching the cylinders or the pistons, which you're good. So what you need to do next, and I got to get you the picture of it so you can see what I'm trying to explain to you. A little bit of a pain, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. It's the valve train. Here we go. Cylinder. This is only the bottom end. Bear with me. Engine oil. Because once I find the pages that you need for reference, I will. You'll be able to download the manual and then go from there. I'm just trying to find which pages I need to reference you, so you can download it. Ay, ay, ay. That's the back. Okay, I'll give it to you in a little bit. This is taking longer than I wanted to. Okay, I'll give you the exact thing you need to do. So that cam gear or the crank gear that's on the bottom, you need an impact gun, a really strong impact gun. Yes, it will spin, but not very quickly. The impact gun should knock it right off. Okay? So once you take that gear off, it is held in there with a little bit of pressure. So you're going to need to wiggle it back and forth, maybe pry it with a little flathead screwdriver on each side. There we go. here's the crank. So this gear, this is the one that you're trying to remove. This is a 19 millimeter 12 point. You can't use anything else other than a 12 point socket. You got it? That's the bolt you're trying to remove. You need an impact gun to knock that sucker off. If not, you need to make sure your brakes are still in the car and your rotors, because the next step is a little more difficult. Thrust washer. Okay, so if you don't have the, yes, I should be in bed. Jeez. But I'm helping somebody. Somebody hit me, and I gotta help them. Okay, so if you can't take that socket off, then the other way I explained to you in Instagram is that in your calipers, in between the calipers, you can put a screwdriver and a screwdriver right in between the calipers, main arms on both sides. Okay, and then on your rotors, you need to put like 2 or 3 lug nuts on there. Okay, on each side. What that will do, it will prevent the car from spinning, okay, or the engine from turning, because it's engaged into the transmission itself. All right, Braden, do you understand that? I need your response. If not, I won't continue. Okay, kind of. Good. It's better than no. Okay. When you look at your, oh man, I wish I had a brake caliper here to show you. When you look at your brake caliper, that's what squeezes your rotor to make your car stop. There's a gap in between that caliper, not on top, not on the bottom. It's in the middle. There's a hole. You can see the rotor from the inside of that hole. You got to cram your screwdriver, a good screwdriver, not a crappy one, I like this piece of junk, a good one, into that hole on both sides of the car in the front. Okay? You're also going to put the car in gear. All right? The next step from there is on that bolt that you're trying to remove. If you don't have it, it's going to suck, but you need to get an extension and the 19 millimeter 12 point socket on the end of that. And you need a breaker bar, and you need to just break it loose. I know it's a pain, but that's the only other way you can do it, okay, without using a really good impact gun. If you want to save your life, your best option is to get the impact gun and just whoop, it'll zip right off. It's so easy. Now, that being said, that's the easy part. The hard part's not the timing, okay? The timing is really easy on these cars. What's going to be a difficult part for you is actually getting that bolt back on, because the bolt that comes off is not reusable. You have to buy another bolt. Did you buy another bolt? Okay, you need to buy another bolt. Those bolts are one-time use. They're called torque to yield, or AKA a stretch bolt. What that means is that you torque it down to a specific foot-pounds, and then you go Hercules on it and go, and you stretch the crap out of it. I guarantee you cannot do this by yourself. You do need another person to tighten that bolt down. This is where the big issue will arise, because it is very hard to do. It's not an easy task. I'm sorry, but I wish I can give you a better answer. Now, there's an upside and a downside to your situation. If you do get the bolt, and you get it in there. I'll give you all the torque specs you need. I'll give you the manual, and that way I'll give you the pages you need to look up to get all the right information that you need to get this job done correctly. But the problem that you're going to have is when you tighten it, it's going to ask you to go to, I think it's 45 foot-pounds, which is not very tight. It's because it's going to add 90 degrees, okay? Which means you have to go all the way from up here and then tighten the bolt all the way down to the bottom. That is a 90-degree turn. There's no torque spec for that. It is legitimately 90 degrees from 0 down, okay? This is 0, quarter turn, half turn, aka 90 degrees, or 180, which is a whole turn. That 90 degrees, I shit you not, sir, it took 2 people and a breaker bar they long to get it. Okay? Now, there's one other way you can go around this, okay? Pay close attention. I'm going to keep this video on my channel for reference for you, okay, sir? You can, on the bolt itself that you torque down, once you torque it down to your 45, whatever torque spec it is to breaker bar it down, you can mark it on the very top with a really good marker, like a bright marker that stains that sucker good on the front and bottom, on top and bottom. Mark it, and then you mark it down below. You hit the impact gun, and you make that sucker turn as slow as possible until you get it all the way down. That marker will allow you to turn that bolt until you hit the torque spec necessary for doing the 90-degree turn. It's not the best solution. However, if you're in a pinch or you don't have anybody to help you, that is the next best option I can offer you. I cannot guarantee that will be a guaranteed fix or a best fix for you, but it's better than not being able to do it at all. If you can get a breaker bar with a nice long extension and you can Hercules that thing, but make sure you're doing the marks, you're good. Okay? Now, that being said, that's the hardest part of your whole entire DIY, your entire repair process. Now, do you kind of get the concept? Yes or no? I'm waiting for your comments. Good, good. Pay attention. Focus, all right? Now, before you got to that crank pulley, you removed a big crank harmonic balancer. Do you remember that part that you removed? Do you remember that big gear that's bolted on in front of that? Waiting for your comment. Good. Okay. That one, if you look at it, if you look closely at it, there's a little notch on it on the back. Not on the front of it, but on the back. So if you look at the gear in front of it, there's the front plate and the back plate where the belt goes into. On the back, there's a little tiny notch. Okay? That is your timing mark. Understand that. There's a big metal cover that sits in between, okay, that little pulley and that big pulley, that big metal cover that's held together with 4 little tiny 10mm bolts. That has to go back on. Don't put the belt on. This is just so you can time your block, okay? You put that cover on. You mount the harmonic balancer back on, all nice and snug, and then you turn your crank and you line that back notch to the notch that's on the metal cover. That cover sets your timing for the block. Once you have set that, remove everything off very carefully, okay? Because you're going to need to mark your place after you get that your timing mark set, because those have to come off and you're not going to see the timing marks anymore. Mark your spot, put your belt back on, put everything back on. You are officially timed, sir. Done. Does that help? I mean, the timing doesn't get any easier than this, just so you know. I'm waiting for your response. And while I wait for your response, I'm going to send you the link to download the Bentley guide, okay? Because I know everybody needs a Bentley guide. All right, give me a second. Here it is. Share. Allow. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this all for you, okay? Okay. I sent you the Bentley guide. Okay. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to explain it to you one more time. The Bentley guide, I just sent it to you so you can download that manual. It will be your lifesaver, just by FYI, okay? So, the gear, the little one, the other one the belt goes onto, don't worry about it. Once you get it all bolted all together, you're done. You're going to put the metal cover, okay? There's a metal cover that sits in front of that. You put that on there. Now you put your harmonic balancer, the big one. That goes back onto the engine, okay? You bolt that on. That only goes on one way. There's no wrong way to put that on. It lines up only one way, so you're golden on that. On the back of that balancer, there's a notch. It's a little tiny notch, but you'll see it. That notch lines up to that metal cover. That metal cover has the same notch on it. You're going to match them up together. You're going to line them up by turning the engine. Once you line those up, your engine is officially timed. You're done. Take everything back off. Put your water pump and all that back on and get your car timed. You're done. Now, before you pull the pin on your timing belt tensioner, you're going to crank the engine 2 full revolutions. You want that engine fully turned, and you want to make sure everything lines up again. Now, if you turn the engine once, twice, and you line it up, and the bottom's like crazy off and the top is timed, then you're not officially timed. You need to take it off and do it all over again. It is a rinse and repeat process. The good thing is it's simple. Don't freak out. Don't stress out. It is a very simple job. What most people do, they just freak out. Don't. Okay? There's another video on my channel. It's called Let's Do 1.8T Timing. That one walks you through the entire timing process with the top and the bottom completely disengaged. In other words, there's no belt attached to it. That will walk you through it visually. The manual that I just gave you will give you the references that you need for torque specifications, okay? That is extremely important. If you do not torque this stuff to spec, it will either, one, vibrate loose, or number two, snap on you. So be forewarned. This is something you got to be very careful and you take your time with. This is not a race car. It's not a race project. Take your time. And by the way, your friend who ditched you, total dick. Banging, this is actually being done in the car. So it works in the car or outside of the car. Either way, it doesn't make a difference. It's just in the car, it's a little bit harder because you have less space. But for Braden, hopefully this helps you. I'm glad I was able to talk to you because a lot of people always ask me this question, and I love answering it because it's so simple. The hardest part is to make sure everything turns and rotates together and line up after 2 full rotations. That is where it becomes the issue when you do timing on a car, on any car. It's because our cars are what they're called close interference engines, which means literally the valves have, like, I kid you not, 1 millimeter to maybe 2 millimeters of clearance, and they hit. So that's why they give you 1 to 2 teeth of space for error, and that's it. Like, you got to make sure you're on time. The good thing is you can time it and rotate the engine and not worry about damaging anything because you're doing anything by hand prior to turning the car on. So you'll be golden. Make sure, though, all the spark plugs are removed. This allows for the engine to turn more freely when everything's connected together. If not, you're legitimately just working against the pressure, and it's a process to do that. Hopefully that also helps you. Freaking banging, dude. Jeez, I wasn't even going to go on live tonight until this guy asked for his help. Oh, Joe wants to know what this is. Woo, this is the good stuff, man. Cali Cream, man. Love this beer. I mean, beverage. Yeah, you should be a little nervous, but not that much, dude. Follow your manual. Follow the DIYs. You'll be fine. Buy another freaking charger. Jeez. Ooh, where can one buy this? Bonds and Stater Brothers is the place to buy this beverage of choice. The beverage of champions. No problem, sir. No banging. It's the timing belt tensioner. The one that has the pin. It looks like a grenade. You pull it, and the tensioner starts going up slowly. That's like the scariest part of anything I ever do on a car. No, I do not, Nick. Sorry. I know the bus is dope. This is dope. They put a bus on the can. I freaking love it. That's the only reason why. But this is it's a cream soda beer. It's super good. It's super good. All right. Hopefully this helps. Braden, again, there's another video on my YouTube channel called Let's Do 1.8T Timing. Look for it. You'll find it. It's not that old. It will help you get this done as quick as possible. It's a full view of the front of the engine, and you can see how it's done. Super easy. You'll get it. Well, there you go, man. Yeah, dude, this stuff is delicious. It's so bad. It's so easy to drink. It's so bad. It's bad. Yeah. All right, guys. Hopefully, Braden. Everybody wish Braden a good luck and give him some good vibes. You know, because you'll get it. You'll get it, Braden. I'm glad I was able to help you, sir. Good luck, and send me some pictures when you get it all done and running. I would love to get to share your experiences, you know, and I'd love to have, you know, you know, I love when people share their builds or their projects or their repairs, and I share them on my channel. I share them on my Facebook and on my Instagram. I would love to share your project when you're done with it. Send me pictures, send me everything. Love to share it. Have a good one, everybody. Wonderful night. I'm done. I'm enjoying my little buzz now, so I'm gonna go to bed. I got a long day tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointments, and then my baby on Fridays got her first set of shots. It's been 2 months. She's been in this world. 2 full months that my daughter has been around, and she has to go get her shots. Holy shnikes. Like, holy crap. It's exciting. So it's exciting and scary because I don't like watching kids get shots because they cry so bad. I don't know what it is. Whatever. Again, wonderful night. That's funny. I was doing VR videos and I hated the video quality, so I stopped doing VR videos. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a wonderful night. And as always, here in Peachy Al's Garage, if you see another fellow dubber, give him a thumbs up. Hit him up and tell him, you know what? Keep it going. And as always, here in Peachy Al's Garage, we're going to break, fix, and repeat because that's what we do here. Peace out and good luck to everyone and have a wonderful night.